This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Alexander Clemens, recent graduate of our Life Accelerator. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. It's
Great,
awesome.
great, man. Tell us about you. Where are you from? What do you do? Give us the whole scoop.
Yeah, so originally I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, but I live in Orlando, Florida, being the USA, so I'm a Yank. And in Orlando, I work as a neuro-exercise specialist, so essentially like I'm a personal trainer to clients that have spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries, multiple sclerosis, strokes, any type of like neurological issue. So that's just a little short version of where I'm from and what I do.
Okay. And what was going on inside your head
Mm-hmm.
that brought you to us inside the Life Accelerator? What were you thinking about, struggling with? What was happening?
Yeah. So it's a combination of several years just taking in all the content you guys put out, whether it's through your podcasts or videos on YouTube and all the guests you guys have. And then it tied into my timing where I was in the Miami airport. I missed my connection flight to go to Las Vegas for a job interview. And so I had like 3 or 4 hours to kill, and I was just looking at things to do just kind of for my future. Like, what do I want to do? Like, how can I improve myself in my own human development? And it was just at the same time you were putting out a Life Accelerator call or live call or whatever, so just getting people to check in with that. And I think you even put out a podcast, and I was just listening to it, and it just like got me really, really excited to look into it more. And the more I looked into it, I was like, wow, this really resonates with me. I just want to, because I just want to continually do stuff that continually builds me, and I don't necessarily know exactly what I want to do a lot of times, so I just kind of, I dabble in different things, and I felt like this was just a great way to continue to learn more about myself and experience different ways, different mindsets and habits to just continually evolve myself.
Okay.
So it resonated well with me when everything you were like talking about in your call and just promoting it, and I was like, oh, different modules, like that sounds cool. Yeah, like relationships, I don't think much about relationships. How can I become better at that kind of thing? So it was just really good timing how it all fell with my life, and then when you put out the content for the promotion of the Life Accelerator course for this quarter.
And what were your friends and family telling you when you told them you were going to do this?
I didn't really tell anybody, in all honesty. I'm like, a lot of times when I interact with people, I don't really talk about myself a lot of times. I'm just more invested in other people. But later throughout the course, I started mentioning to people I'm doing it. And I kind of had a hard time figuring out the best way to describe like what exactly I'm doing. Like, yeah, I'm going to London this weekend to hang out with my accountability group. Well, accountability group, what do you kind of mean by that? Like, you interact with people on the internet and all different people from different parts of the world, and you do that? Like, why would you kind of do that, or how would you get into that kind of thing? So, kind of going back to your original question, I didn't really mention to anybody. I told my parents, like, yeah, I'm just investing in myself. That's all I really said.
Right.
So.
And why London Real?
Why London Real? London Real, because just I used to be, and I'm still am, but not as much since the low media diet. I used to listen heavily to podcasts, and I'd value what goes into my ear. And for the most part, I always listen to Joe Rogan or London Real for the majority of the content. And that's just because the uniqueness of guests, the value that guests bring on London Real, that you can really take and apply different aspects that they're sharing to your own life, and it's just really valuable. So I just from even seeing previous graduates doing like these similar video interviews and just seeing how their body language, just the way they're presenting themselves, it just echoes like a positive life change that happened. And I'm like, oh, I really, that again, hate to say the word again, but like it resonates with me. So I'm like, yeah, that's where I want to be.
Okay.
And I didn't think I was going to be in this seat, by the way, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool. All right, talk to me about the first 2 weeks. We drop you in, you're on these live calls with me. You got this Facebook group, you're uploading videos, accountability doc, there's people from all countries around the world. What's it like?
Well, I would say it's a little different for me, because as far as just, because you get used to now uploading video tasks to other people to see if you're doing the work or not. And from me, my standpoint, I've been doing that for a while now, where I'm consistently uploading daily vlogs. And throughout this entire process, it's kind of helped me evolve my own daily vlogs and such. And the first 2 modules, I really like how the first module flew, as far as you really just trying to clear your mind. And by clearing your mind, you're having that low media diet, which I felt like at the time I was doing a good job with, but then it kind of just sharpened me more, as far as like, well, what should I really be spending my time on that can give me ultimately the best best approach to take on tasks that I really want to benefit my future. And then you have, I was about to say movement practice, but that's module 3. You have the meditation and the gratitude. And those are 2 things I've been practicing, but again, it wasn't like a daily practice. So by first module, it really honed in on me and made me accountable to really make this a more daily practice to where I can take it anywhere in life, in any situation I face, to just, again, help me with mental clarity. And kind of speaking more to what you're saying, the live calls and just connecting with people on an online basis was certainly a little different than what I'm used to, because I have no problem like meeting up with people in a group dynamics and stuff. And this is like the first time I've ever really experienced like in a large group format online. You have these live calls, like people are listening, you're talking, and then all of a sudden like, I'm gonna call out this person kind of thing, and like, all right, here we have to share kind of thing. And it was interesting in that aspect where from what technology can do and how you can, in this example, you can grow with other people from around the world using technology. And it's every time I got value from just listening to people and their experiences.
What was the biggest challenge on the course, the biggest module that was hard?
Honestly, they weren't hard in the sense that like I felt like a lot of resistance. It was a matter of just like taking action. If I'm in the trenches, I just continually dig myself out of the trenches. That's just how I am as a person. So I said the hardest part though for me is if you take this course and you decide to go like on a vacation or travel, that makes it pretty hard to do, to stay on top of it. So that would have been like week 3 and 4 that weren't particularly hard as far as like changing my diet or movement practice, but it was just when you don't necessarily have access to internet and stuff, it becomes a little hard. But I would say probably the hardest module was probably module 5, in the sense of me taking action to ask somebody, a previous relationship I had, for forgiveness. That'd probably be the biggest one.
How was it?
Oh, it went really well. Well, I kind of expected that I wasn't going to get a good response back, and I didn't, but I was elated that I did it, and I felt so much better that like literally after doing it, like I just put my headphones and I danced for like 10 minutes kind of thing. So I felt really good doing it.
Why did you dance for 10 minutes after that?
I just felt like, wow, that was really cool. I just want to express myself through dancing, from kind of taking this weight off my shoulders, because it's like you've said before in live calls and stuff, with the relationships, you really don't realize it, as far as you have these weights on your shoulders when it comes to negative relationships you've had in the past, and a lot of times it bogs your mind down, which then keeps you from taking on other tasks and such. And right after I made the call and I said, can I ask you for forgiveness kind of thing, and again I didn't get like a good answer back. And
she said no.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
she said I already forgave you kind of thing, but she clearly wasn't like happy with it, and I was like, I get it, yeah.
But you felt better.
I just felt great going through the process, because then it's one less thing for me to think about, and I put myself out there. I made the effort, and I came to terms with, I did mess up, and take ownership for that, and I'm growing from it. I'm learning from it, and it was just like almost the next phase. Like I entered like the next phase of like relationships, or just like how I operate in life. So I just wanted to dance.
Yeah. No, that's a common feeling, and the thing is that the asking for forgiveness or even forgiving someone, it's not even about the other person's reaction.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times just, forgive yourself, or let it go. And like you said, you move really to like a next mental plane when you kind of leave all that stuff behind. So congrats for you, because, you did it. Yeah. And I can understand why you felt good. I mean, you can ask for forgiveness for someone that's dead, but if you do it in a genuine way, it can take you, it can propel you forward. So.
And I think just to kind of add what you're saying, like you could ask for forgiveness for people that are dead, kind of tying now to like the live calls. It's been so interesting to just hear like how other people have gone about module 5, and just like the different relationships they needed to ask for forgiveness or have forgiveness taken back from them, kind of thing. Yeah. And it just kind of made me realize like, wow, I really haven't necessarily maybe committed myself to deeper relationships compared to like other people. Because a lot of other people, like for instance, like Scott Kane, he's carrying around a rock or whatever, or just like other previous people in the course carrying around that brick and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, I don't really have like baggage like that. So have I really been like committing myself all out to relationships in a way I can really really have probably a better quality of life in a lot of ways. So.
Yeah, I said that to someone on the call. I said, well, if you're not asking for forgiveness, are you sure you're not playing your life too safe and at this crazy distance? Because I've been there before.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'll ask you then, tell me more about the community and what you learned from all of them. Because like you said, when you see people reacting in different ways, some people carrying bricks, some people not engaging because they're like, oh, I don't have forgiveness. What did you get out of the community? What did you see? Were there certain people that you learned from?
I would say I learned from everybody, just because, again, it just offers a reminder to myself that there's so many different ways you can go about life, and there's so many different experiences you get from life, that we all have these different mazes we go through life from. And one of the biggest things I got value from was just when people became vulnerable. Like, for instance, when we had like group calls, so smaller group dynamics, that's where I found like oftentimes we were able to share more personal, vulnerable stuff. And then from that, it just makes me appreciate my life for what I have right now, and really I want like the best for that person once they share that information and such. So
that's really helpful.
Yeah, it was just, I got a lot of value out of just listening, I should say, just listening to everybody speak.
Yeah. What if we took a walk down the street and we bumped into the Alex that didn't take this class? How is that guy different than you?
Yeah, so that guy, first off, he's not going to be carrying himself in an eloquent, confident manner. He's not going to have as many stories or experiences that I can share with him right now and such. He'd still have the same suit, though.
And what else? I mean, like with that guy before he starts meditating.
Say, like, I've been saying this so much now, probably in the past 6 or 7 weeks, like just the phrase "high on life." He would not have said that at all. Like, well, how you doing today? Well, I'm high on life right now, with this giant, elated, like, beastly smile. Like, hey, yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing awesome. Like, and right from there, like, how are you doing, kind of thing. Like, going right into this mindset of how can I add value to your day, kind of thing, rather than just focusing more on himself, where he's at right now in life.
Interesting. So you're really going for that value add interaction with all the humans around you.
Yeah. And I feel like also you can't, and this is great how you set up the course as far as getting to a mindset where you're looking to add value rather than take value. But you first have to evolve yourself and get to a point where you're comfortable with yourself, you love yourself, before you can really take on board, all right, now how can I really just focus on who I'm with and how I can bring about the most positiveness to their day.
Yeah. Well, I was feeling your energy last night, man, at the group mix and stuff. So, I mean, I could really tell. And, I could see this kind of transformation from you. And, you just seem a lot more open and just like, excited to be around and just pumped to be there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you the last question, like for someone who's never been involved in the academy, doesn't know what we're talking about, but is like thinking about joining something like the Life Accelerator, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, if you ever want to invest in yourself, first check out all of the previous graduates that have taken this course, whether it's through the videos or just looking at reviews on YouTube or blogs or stuff like that, and just take the time to see what they got out of it. And for the most part, I'm sure most people get a positive change. And really watch the videos, because you can see just how people just carry themselves after taking this course. I feel like I haven't watched that many, but I can speak from experience, and just like talking to other people in this my graduating class here. They just have a positive energy to them. They just have, you can tell, like, wow, they really changed the course of their life right now. Whether it's like 1 or 2 or 3 degrees, whatever, you have like that ship. The ship changes like 1 or 2 degrees, and all of a sudden it's off to a new course in a positive manner. So it's one of the best investments you can make for yourself for the amount of money you get in return, kind of thing, I would say. So I would say just take action. Don't wait.
Yeah, well, and that's what you did. You pulled the trigger. So, congrats for you. It's been great having you on. Amazing energy in the community. The team leaders talk about you a lot. And you made the trip to London. And it's great having you last night. We still got a big party tonight and hang out with all the people. So thanks for being a part of it, because it's really the community that is the value here. I mean, I get on. We have great coursework, but if you guys didn't kind of come together as a group, then it wouldn't make a difference. So thanks for all of your support, and I can't wait to see your next 6 months, 12 months.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward.
Sounds like you're crushing it.
No, thank you for originally creating London Real, and now you're at a point right now where you're impacting other people's lives.
I love it. I'm telling you, this is like the gravy for me. I mean, I know. To see it all come around like this, it's just what I never imagined. So I'm just so happy we can do this and give back in meaningful ways and like see you actually transform your life and dance around for 10 minutes after that.
Right.
It's great to see that as opposed to someone just watches a video. So, and it's great feedback from me. So thank you so much, Alexander. As we say on London Real, it's about the journey. I wish you well on yours. Welcome to the family. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you,
you,
Brian.
buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man.